Good morning, students. We'll continue with our reading. So these are the chickens Kojo buys with the money he got from selling the eggs. This is the school Kojo attends with the fees he paid from the money he made selling his eggs. Kojo's uniform feels stiff and new as he walks to school. With each step, his lips move silently, reciting the ABCs and numbers he learned before his father died. In school, Kojo works hard to catch up with other students on reading, spelling, and mathematics. Later, he learns to write essays and solve science problems. He learns about his country's history, its resources, and about other countries in Africa and around the world. There are practical lessons for country life too. How to filter drinking water with a cloth to remove parasites, how to use chicken manure and compost made from rubbish to fertilize soil and grow vegetables. The lessons Kojo learns help him care for his hens. His dreams are growing bigger, but now he sees that he will need more education to make them come true. Kojo studies even harder. He wins a scholarship to college, where he will learn more about farming. His mother will care for his chickens while he is away. At college, Kojo's dreams start to take shape, the shape of a farm of his own. After Kojo finishes college, he decides to take a big risk. He will use all the money he and his mother have saved to start a real poultry farm. He buys a large plot of land and enough wood and wire to build chicken coops. Now he needs hens, 900 of them, to start the farm. He needs another loan too, a big one. This time, Kojo goes to a bank in Kumasi, a nearby town. When the banker hears that Kojo wants to buy 900 hens, he shakes his head. He does not want to lend money to a young man from a poor family. Kojo does not give up. He goes to the capital city, Accra, and visits the bank's headquarters. Kojo waits and waits to see the bank director. It is near closing time when finally the director agrees to see him, but not for long. He's a busy man. Kojo tells the banker that he has an education and will work hard. The banker has heard stories like this before and frowns. Then Kojo tells him about the small loan and the brown hen and the money he has used to build his flock. The banker sits back in his chair. He taps his fingers together. This is not a story he hears every day. He smiles and nods. Kojo will get his loan. The banker and Kojo shake hands. Back home, Kojo buys 900 hens. Soon there will be so many eggs that he will need help to collect them. This is the farm that Kojo builds using the lessons he learned at college and a loan from a bank. So we have read till page 17. Tomorrow we will continue reading. Thank you. Good morning, students. We'll continue with our reading. So this is the family Kojo raises on the farm he builds with the money he made. Kojo's hens are good layers. There are more than enough eggs for his village. So he travels to Kumasi to sell them to the shopkeepers there. One shopkeeper is called Lumo. Kojo knows him well. This man grew up in the same village as Kojo's father and was his good friend. Kojo always goes to Lumo's shop last and sometimes stays for supper. He likes to hear stories about his father, and he likes the peanut stew and palm oil soup that Lumo's daughter makes. Her name is Lumusi, and she's a teacher. She has many stories about boys just like Kojo once was. Boys who want to learn and who have big dreams. Kojo loves these stories, and he visits more and more often. He wishes he could hear Lumusi's stories every day. One day he asks if she will be his wife. Lumusi is proud to marry Kojo and joins him on the farm. Soon Kojo and Lumusi become parents. As the years go by, they have 3 boys and 2 girls, all strong and clever. With the money from Kojo's eggs, they build a bigger house of cinder blocks and stucco. Kojo's mother comes to live with them and tend the garden. She will never have to sell firewood again. Before long, many people work on Kojo's farm. Men come to feed the chickens and clean the coops. Women collect the eggs and pack them in boxes. Other workers drive the eggs to markets in Kumasi and Accra. The workers have families too. In all, 120 people depend on the wages from Kojo's farm. Families like the Odonkers have enough food to eat and money for the children's school fees. Ma Odonkar can buy medicine when her daughter Idika falls ill. Pa Odonkar can rebuild the walls of their mud home with cinder blocks and buy wood stamped Adinkra cloths for special occasions. The workers on Kojo's farm can even afford animals of their own. Some families buy a goat, others a sheep, and some start with 1 brown hen. So, for today, we have read till page 20. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.